we came from a different country to America. I will touch on that a little bit. But there's an aspect of it that I also want to hear more. The accent, all right? The accent in Trinidad and Tobago is very different. I have been very privileged to have people from that place, and it seems like you don't really have that anymore. It's toned down. It's not as obvious anymore. But what was your journey in that from the time you came as to when you're now a professional speaker? What was the journey as
So
to?
my thing is, well, a lot of people like for me being here this long, I should not have an accent at all. But I'll say this because a lot of people come here after a year, 2 years, they have a full American accent. My but my problem was I didn't know that I was supposed to change my accent, right? So I never focused on it. I just this is how I spoke, this is how I spoke. And me being country, goodness gracious, I'll say it, people say you speak well and you pronunciate well. I don't have none of that. Right?
Mm,
This is what it is. I think I have obviously I think I talk a little slower because when you're from a different country, I think most people tend to talk really fast and then you have an accent and
yeah,
all this other stuff. But this is how I talk. This is my
yeah,
accent. Sometimes I try to be conscious. Sometimes, like when I did Toastmasters, I slowed down a lot. I even look back at the video. I'm like, my goodness, I'm talking slow. So I
mm,
understand in certain places I have to make little adjustments. But
yeah,
this accent is here for life. I always remember
mm,
people always saying, "Oh, I don't understand your accent." And I'm like, people don't realize we all have accents. Like just because you live here in America, America is not the whole world. Like
yeah,
you have an accent. A lot of people could come here and don't know what you're talking about. You could go to another country, but I think being America has been like the number one for so many years or in top five. They think they know everything, and I'm a firm believer in no matter where you're from, you should travel. Even in America, travel to different states. People have
mm,
different accents in
yeah,
different states. But I
yeah,
think me as a New Yorker, we do get like we're New Yorkers. We run the world. This is the capital. Like it's not even really the capital, people. It's not. It's Washington. And not Washington, D.C. That's why people should read, educate themselves, get
mm,
to know people, immerse yourself in other people cultures, like find out more. People limit themselves too much, but I love my accent. There was a time I was very uncomfortable about it and I felt like I wasn't smart because I even had a job where for the first year I found out after the year ended, people came up to me when they got to know me and said how many people didn't know what I was saying, and they just used to yes me to death because they didn't want to hurt my feelings. Just so you know, you hurt my feelings a year later when I find out you didn't know what I was saying. I would have rather you ask me to repeat myself, tell me to talk a little slowly. So I know in the full year, I could have lost a lot of relationships and not build on it because no one told me they didn't know what I was saying.
yeah, yeah,
But let's help each other instead of being so judgmental and I think we're too busy. Well, I'm better than you because I'm in America or I have an English accent. Think about it. Every time we hear an English accent, we think they're smarter. Like it's
yeah,
a natural thing. Oh my God, their accent. That's the Queen's language.
yeah,
Okay, that's nice. And that
yeah,
doesn't make anybody like it has a viral clip of Obama saying, sometime all the rooms that he went in for his time being the president. You meet all these dignitaries, and he's like, people don't realize when you in these rooms, a lot of people are not that smart, but we
yeah,
think because they're in this room, they so much more better than us, and that's not true.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. People try to connect intelligence with accents, and that's not. That's not. There's no connection between it. We just have to agree